everyone. My name is Hanna Olivas, and I am so excited to continue the She Wins mini-series campaign for Nice Girls Finishing First, all about Women's History Month, all about women's empowerment, and just really interviewing some extraordinary women who are nice girls, who are finishing first, who do collaborate over the competition. However, my guest today is no stranger to competition, but not in the way that you're thinking. So today I am joined with Ana Isabel Hume, and she is an extraordinary woman with talents in bodybuilding, nutrition. She's a host. She's a speaker. She does it all. So welcome to the show, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me and that lovely introduction.
So tell our viewers a little bit more in depth about you and what you do.
Okay, perfect. Well, my history is a little bit interesting because I've always worked either in government or television. I started as a breaking news photojournalist in upstate New York. I was married to a soldier, so I traveled wherever he went. And I worked at many, many news stations throughout the country, and I wanted to transition into government. So I did that in 2017 when I became a public information specialist for the city of Miami Springs. Then the state attorney stole me as her PIO, public information officer, dealing with extremely difficult topics such as human trafficking, domestic violence, hate crimes. So I felt I needed a little bit of a break from all of that. So I went into lifestyle television hosting, where we get to tell fun and happy stories and highlighting individuals in the community that do great things. So I did that for a little bit. In November, crazy turn of events. I congratulated our president on my personal Instagram post, and I was fired for violating my contract on journalism neutrality. Yeah, this is like insanity. So it's fine. I spoke to the Miami mayor, and I had done a story on him originally. So I feel like that is the reason why I really got fired, because he hosts this beautiful ball once a year, gives all the donations to a homeless organization. Last year and this upcoming ball is to Brothers of the Street, in Spanish is Hermanos de la Calle, where he donated $1.2 million. Anyway, so I did that story on him in May, and they weren't happy. Usually when we feature politicians or elected officials, they have a little bit of an issue, but if it's a beautiful feel-good story, why not? So did that. And now I am the director of communications for the mayor, and I've been happily here ever since November.
Wow, what a story. My goodness.
And then, of course, a lot of hobbies, like bodybuilding. If you want me to go into that.
I was just going to say, tell a little bit about, I know you are very involved as an advocate, but you also are very involved in bodybuilding and just really, I consider it empowerment for women. You're talking about that health, that nutrition, and just really looking and feeling your best self. So if you could share a little bit about it. Yes.
Absolutely. So I've always been into health and fitness, I would say, my entire life. However, in 2020, when COVID hit, I was working with the state attorney. We worked from home, government, shut down their offices. So I thought to myself, I was drinking wine, eating tapas. I'm from Spain. So tapas is like prosciutto with cheese. And so I was eating that every day. I'm like, okay, this can go south real quick. So I hired an online coach, and a few months later, she asks me if I want to compete. So my first competition was October 2020. But what I really liked about it is because I started posting a lot on Facebook and Instagram, and I just started getting all these direct messages saying, thank you so much. You've helped me. I've been depressed. I've been alone. A lot of people felt this way during COVID. So then I pushed even harder. I'm like, well, I think I'm going to change this whole mindset of like, stop feeling depressed, stop feeling isolated, and work out. And once you really work out, especially being a bodybuilder, you work out so much that you have so many endorphins, you don't even know what to do with it. Like, you wake up happy. I wake up most of the time like wanting to dance. Like I look crazy, but you're so happy because it's natural endorphins. So I always say, fitness and nutrition, because you got to obviously, eat your body good foods, really truly help you through anything you're going through. You're sad, work out. You're depressed, work out. You're going through a breakup, work out. And all of a sudden, like after it being consistent, because you have to be consistent with it, none of that matters. And then everything else in life would fall into place. So I really truly believe that. So now it's been I think like 4 or 5 years since I've been competing, and I have my upcoming show now on June 28th. So I've had 7 shows total, 2 times a year, except last year I was finishing my PhD, so I didn't work out. I mean, I didn't compete.
So you're ready for June this year?
Not quite, almost getting there. Let's see. It's you have to trust the process. Oh my goodness. It's all up here. It's all mental discipline, because you have to eat your meals. Your macronutrients are so important. Your proteins, your fats, your carbs. And if those are not in balance, you are not going to get the physique that you need to get on stage, or even in lifestyle. Like if you want to lose a few pounds, if you want to look a certain way, you have to follow a meal plan. 80% is what you put in your body. The rest is just the cherry on top of the ice cream. And what it does to your mind is invaluable.
I think a lot of people don't realize that nutrition is the bigger piece of it. The movement and all of that is like you said, cherry on top.
Yeah.
So you wear a lot of hats. I mean, you're bodybuilding, you're advocating, you're hosting, you're communicating, you're doing all of these different things. And so my question to you is, how would you best describe your current mission? And how do you think it really elevates other women who are watching?
Okay. Wow. That's a really, really strong question, because I feel like this year my purpose has changed, because and something I didn't mention, I also do sports hosting. I host the world's fastest professional ball sport on Friday nights, Highlight. Amongst other things, I've hosted in Miami Marlins, the Mille Miglia races. So it's just a side note. I always have to have sports in the mix of it, right? I believe that this year I really wanted to focus on finding the right person. I was married for a very long time, and now I've been divorced for 7 years. Yes, I dated on and off, but I always lowered my standards to meet that person's needs, right? This year, I said, no more. I am not going to settle. If I'm asking for too much, so be it. There will be a person that will come around and would accept that and would love that. I decided I am worth it. I decided I am valuable. I decided I am the prize. And I said, this year, I'm going to focus on finding a husband. As crazy as that sounds, you know what? Why not? I put so much energy and so much time into every other area in my life. PhD, full-time job, full-time bodybuilder. Why not? What's truly important is having that endless love that, that hopefully that will last now a lifetime, because my first one didn't. But I know what true love is, and I know what sacrifice is. And sometimes men try to, downplay that. And I don't want to downplay that. I want it all. And guess what? I am going to have it all. And I'm this close.
I think that the worthy is a huge it's the mindset too. Like when you're saying, guess what? I am worthy. You're right. You're doing all of these incredible things in life, but you are worthy of all things good. I always say that to anyone who I talk to. It doesn't matter the accolades you have, the titles, the hats that you're wearing. You're worthy of it all. It's how you see yourself. So I love that. And congratulations. And I'm rooting for you. So if you had to describe your wellness journey in just a simplistic form of women watching you, because I have been following you for quite some time, and you share a lot of the different photos. And, like you said, it's discipline, it's hard work, it's that mindset. What do you say to the woman who all of a sudden decides, you know what, enough? I want to be in the best shape I can be. I want my mental health and my emotional health to match my physical health. What do you say to her? How do you help that woman who just comes in overwhelmed? She's not winning. She's just in chaos and she wants to fix it all.
Well, I love it. So the number one step is acknowledging that you want to get better. That's it. You've already won by acknowledging that. Putting excuses aside. I don't have time. There is time. Trust me, there is time. I'm not married. I don't have kids. So I'm very sensitive when it comes to that because I do have more time than parents. However, I do wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day to get it all in. I get home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I could do it then. But I always say, if you don't do it in the morning, you're not going to do it later. Stop putting things aside. What you could do now, don't leave it for tomorrow. So number one is make time. If it's during lunch, eat your food at your desk and then go work out for the 1 hour lunchtime. And stop it. Like, no more excuses. There's no such thing. You just work at it and stay consistent. If you say you're going to work out 3 times a week for the next 5 weeks because you want to lose 10 pounds, do it. Your friends invite you out, this or that. No, you've already made the goals and the promises to yourself. Don't break your own heart. Don't do it.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
Trust me, it's no one else's problem but yours, not your partner's, not your kids, not your parents. The goals you set are for you, period. Nobody else has to understand. Anybody can judge, anybody can talk, but these are your goals and nobody has to understand. That's it. Period. Nobody at first understood why I wanted to be a bodybuilder. They asked why, and then they asked how. All of them, every single one. But I don't understand. Okay, how do you do it for real? After 2 years of them saying, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. Why do you have to put your body through that? Why do you have to be so regimented? Eat a donut, eat some pizza, eat Chinese food. I'm like, leave me alone. If I wanted to, I would, but I don't want to. That's another thing. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. Change your mindset and everything else changes for you. And, sky's not the limit.
No, the limit is you. The limit is me. The limit is ourselves. I love how you said, don't break your own heart. So you are this woman who has been really what I consider trailblazing for quite some time in the bodybuilding aspect in that world. How competitive is it?
Okay.
And who nice girls finish first?
Bodybuilding is probably the most competitive sport because so when it comes to bodybuilding, it's a whole package, especially in the category that I compete in. I compete in bikini, right? So there are natural shows, which you have to do a lie detector test and a urine test to make sure that you're not taking like steroids or any illegal fat burners and things like that. And then there are the regular shows. They say you can't do it, but there's really no way of knowing, right? I actually compete better with the non-natural shows because I guess my genes, I have a little bit more muscle mass, but I don't, I'm 100% natural. Everything is 100% natural about me. And when you get there on Friday night, usually is check-in, and you see these 300 beautiful girls with better legs than you, better glutes than you, prettier face, better hair, prettier bikini, all of these things, you need to shut that down because you are worthy of that stage just as all of them. And it's the full package. So there could be a more beautiful woman with calves. I struggle with calves, but it's okay. It's a work in progress. But it's the package. It's also how you present yourself, and you see that, right? Like you see if someone's not a good person or, the judges see that and they want the full package. I always say it's like a Miss America, but without speaking parts. And you got to show your muscles. But it's all up here again, because the moment you start comparing yourself, you have failed you. You failed. You cannot compare yourself. I actually become friends with a lot of the girls, and I am the initiator. I say, wow, I love your bathing suit. And I mean it, obviously. You're so pretty. And then I make the best of friends. And they say that world is very catty and it is competitive. But you know what? I congratulate the first place winner. I've only won first place in 7 shows. One time I've won first place. The rest of the times I've won third, fourth, fifth. But you know what? There's hundreds of girls that didn't place. So I'm happy with the third place or the fourth place. And you just have to be happy. And guess what? Just try harder next time. No one to blame but yourself, period.
I think it's just showing up to, that takes a lot of courage to go into a room like with you, what you said, we're looking at everyone else and we're like, oh my gosh, she's better at this. She's better at that. And a lot of times there are, like you said, women can be catty. So how do you eliminate it? You show up as yourself. You show up for yourself, turn all that noise off. And I love how you said, like, complimenting your competitors. Like, hey, that's a beautiful suit. Hey, you look good. How do I get my calves to look like that? Like, what's your little, trade secret to it? So part of this campaign that we're really trying to instill is changing the narrative of how women see each other, speak to each other. We want to create an atmosphere, especially in 2025. The world is a little topsy-turvy right now. We're in uncertain times for so many reasons. And political, like the story you shared at the very beginning, losing your job because you gave a congratulatory shout out to someone, and not everyone agrees with the congratulations, and all of a sudden now, but then look, you're still winning because you moved into you pivoted. And so my biggest reason why I wanted to have you on the show was because I just really felt that you are someone who walks the walk, talks the talk. You're leading by example, and you're not afraid to share how to get there. And that's what women need, is women, these nice girls, nice women like you saying, hey, you know what? I'm here to walk beside you. I'm here to elevate you. Let me show you. Not giving away everything, of course, because business is business, but being a supporter, being a collaborator, and really genuinely being vested in that woman next to you.
Yeah.
I think it's huge. So what is next for you? Because I know you are the director of communications. So what is next for you in that world?
Right. Okay. So our Miami mayor, Francis Suarez, he's not up for re-election because he's already termed out. So this is his 8th year. So they get 2 4-year terms, and he's left such a legacy in our city. I mean, we have the lowest homicides in history, and per capita, like for the amount of people that we have, to only have 27 homicides last year in Miami is unheard of. 546 homeless in the streets. What city in the world can actually say that, right? And so many things. So I'm really loving that, community service. And I think I want to cross over to the police department. I'm not quite sure. I know I don't want to do any hard news. That's never been my thing. It's always been lifestyle. Either, I don't know. I mean, I haven't fully decided what I want to do, but I have to decide before November. So I have to decide what I'm going to do, because we need to transition out, because when someone comes in office, the whole staff leaves and they transition out. However, I am finishing a book, The Silent Life of an Army Wife, and it's to just help military wives through the various transitions, pre-deployment, deployment and post deployment and all the traumas that come from that. So I always try to say, never lose your individualism. You could have a partner, you could have a husband, you could be a mother, you could be a grandmother, but never lose who you are, because the people around you may go away and then you're left with what? Remember who you are, and everything else will be okay. So that's what I'm hoping to publish in the summer. It's been 5 years in the making, because it's taken out a lot of emotions. So hopefully,
well, they say every great masterpiece takes time, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
I love
Can
that.
I ask you, who inspires you?
Wow, that's a good question. Ooh, I mean, never really thought of that. I read the Bible a lot every morning. I read daily devotionals. I would say Proverbs 31, for she's worth far more than rubies. And we actually posted that today, my new boyfriend. And it's incredible. Anyway, I go, well, I'm not 100% religious, but I try to be a good person. I don't know if there's one individual person that actually inspires me. I don't like to idolize humans, if that makes any sense. And my mom just always taught me, be whatever you want. Tomorrow you wake up and want to be an astronaut, go do it. So my mom has taught me a lot in that. She taught me to be fearless, maybe too much.
If there's one powerful statement that you could leave for women today as we conclude this short interview, what would you say?
Don't leave today for tomorrow. That's it. That's it. In every aspect of life, love, friendship, career, fitness, don't leave today for tomorrow, period.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing. How can people connect and continue to follow or support your journey?
Absolutely. So I post a lot on my Instagram, DR for Dr. Annabelle, Anabel TV host on Instagram. And I got myself private once I started working with the government again, but I'll just accept. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of our She Wins campaign, and congratulations to you, your upcoming book, all of the amazing things that you're doing. And we are cheering you on, because if you win, we win too. And that's the point. So we wish you all the success. And you are watching Rise with Hanna Olivas exclusively on FENIX TV with Ana Isabel Hume, rock star. So go follow her on Instagram and support and connect. And we can't wait to see your book launch. Thank you
so much for having me, and good luck to all of you beautiful women out there.